Good morning. What's good, everybody? Today, I'm gonna try to turn one of my Halloween stamps into a pair of shrink plastic earrings. Am I gonna succeed? Who knows? Is it gonna be a disaster? Probably, but you should hang out and find out, and maybe we'll have some cute earrings at the end, and you'll know another way you can use Procreate Stamp Brushes in your designs. So hey, how you doing? I'm Cynthia, owner and digital artist from Doodle and Design Studios. I create hand-drawn illustrations and drawing tools while I wander and bumble my way through this art as a business. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure and hang out. And let's get started. Go ahead and grab your iPad if you want to try this along with me, or just watch this probably mess I'm about to make. But this all started over a year ago when I came across someone selling shrink plastic earrings on Instagram, or maybe I just wanted to. I can't remember exactly, but I bought lots of supplies to make them, and I did attempt once. It's been at least 6 months ago, and it didn't quite work out. I'm not even sure where my little experiment has gone, but I'm ready to try again, and I'm gonna take you with me, and let's see if I follow my face. So let me pull up Procreate. Boop, boop. And excuse my voice, it's super early in the morning here. Toddler's room is next door, so I'm trying not to wake him up. And I've got this bed head going on. Here we go. So for new canvas, you know what? I'm not sure which one to do, so I think I'm going to go with 8x10. I'm going to keep it in RGB and 300 dpi. And I'm going to go to pure black. And let's bust out our new stamp brushes. I haven't changed the name of the set yet because I'm still testing it out. Coffee. So much coffee. So I was going to do my goose, but then I thought a ghost I'd already done. Let's do the ghost. So I'm going to go back out. Isn't she cute? Isn't she cute? I think she's cute. I need to make this a couple of times. And I need to make it, I'm not exactly sure the size, because it's going to shrink down. I'm thinking like 3 inches, and of course there's no ruler in Procreate. It's where my brain's at right now. So I don't think there's a tool inside the guide, so I'm just trying to just trying to use my brain. But while I'm waiting on my brain to do amazing things, I'm going to add a loop to the top. So let's just go over to our canvas on drawing guide. Edit drawing guide. Let's go over to symmetry. All right. Make sure we are on drawing assist. All right, now let's pop this underneath. Not sure if it still needs to be thicker. Okay, I think that'll do. Let me group these. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to rename this my original. I'm going to turn it off in hopes that I don't tear it up. Let's play a game called How Many Pixels Are in 3 Inches? Get a calculator. Oh. All right, so our DPI is 300. We need 3 inches. 900. So if we make a square, let me turn this guide off. No, sir. Kitty problems. He wants to play. you go. Hello, I was trying to type 900 by 900. Okay. 3 each. Or bunch. Whatever. All right, now let's go. Okay, so basically we can get 2. Remember, I've not done this before, so this might be a ridiculous way. I did go with 8 by 10 because my paper is 8.5 by 11, hoping that would give me plenty of extra space around my borders. Hello, kitty. Hi. Pardon my kitty if you can hear his breathing. He does have the mouth ulcer disease, and he runs away from his steroids every day, no matter if I try to put it in his food or what. So he's a bit inflamed and noisy. Hi. Yes. Yes. Hello. But if I don't pet him, I don't think he's going to stop. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I don't want... Let me turn snapping back off. And hi, hello. And I'm just trying to spread these out a little. Okay. And this gives me a bit of space if I want to add something extra as well. Let's go. Get in your box, little girl. So, as you can see, I'm a little over the box with her little doodad, but I think it'll be fine because I put some separation between them. I am going to go down. Maybe not. So I am just going to duplicate her using the bottom one. And I'm going to go ahead and turn snapping back on. I don't really need it, but okay, maybe it's more going to drive me nuts if I have it. It's like I want them lined up a little. I want them to look like they belong. That's 2. I'm going to duplicate. I want it. And I'm going to duplicate one more time. I need to bring her down a little bit because I am going to need a bleed that I'm going to attempt just to put in my software for my Sizer Juliet. So in Leonardo, and I don't know the rest of the name, Leonardo da Vinci, yada yada, I'll make cute stuff. So we're going to leave it there, but I do have some extra space. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we need to outline the star in black since our ghost is outlined in black. So I'm going to duplicate alpha lock. Fill the layer. There we go. Tap, 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 tap. I'm just going to see if I like this. Probably going to just... I think that'll be fine. I'm going to do one more duplicate. Go underneath. One more, hello. One more envelope. One more fill layer. There. I just want to make those stars a little bit more black on the side. All right. We have our test ready. Now it is time for me to get this into my Sizer Juliet Hmm. I've had to flip screens, so I'm not sure how well you can see this, but this is graphics shape shrink plastic from Amazon. And this one is dual-sided. I don't know if that's a thing. Check out once again. It's been like a year ago, but I bought these supplies. All right, when I get pause in the printer. Here it goes.
We'll see what kind of mess this makes.
Well, test one. Ended up about as I figured. Wrong. As you can see, you can totally see through. So I thought I flipped correctly, but I didn't go back in and do the mirror setting because I wasn't 100% sure if I needed to do that as long as flipping the paper a certain way. And also, like in the videos I've seen, they're doing it like immediately, but I think they're actually, probably just recording immediate or when it's time, because even though I waited a few minutes, my ink was still wet. And where's my camera? You can see there's a little drag down here. I am curious to see if I can also still use these for like little pins or something to give to family or, for myself. But this is wet. I have another one printing right now, but I'm gonna let it sit and dry for like 10 minutes before I try the mirror option. And hopefully when I flip it, it'll go right away and it'll be better. If not, I think the try will just be one-sided and go from there. Because it's breaking my little frugal heart to keep being wasteful, but you gotta do it, you gotta learn. And I think that's part of the reason that I've held on to these supplies for so long, because I was afraid I was gonna make a mess of it and I couldn't figure out how you flip it to the other side to get it double-sided. I should just practice, but also I've been very busy and dealing with injury. Anyways, it's 6:44 a.m. I'm gonna give those 10 minutes. In that time, my toddler's probably gonna wake up. So this is probably going to be to be continued. Yeah, that's what sounded funny. Anyways. All right, guys, surprisingly enough, mirror worked. As you can see, me holding it up to the light, nothing on the wrong parts now. So I'm gonna let this dry. And now comes trying to get the right settings on my size of Juliet to actually cut these out. Here comes test number 2.
Like, how'd I even do that? So I didn't realize I didn't disconnect them there. And these are obviously the ones that I messed up, but the toddler just woke up, so let's pause there. I'm not mad about it.
Mom?
Yeah?
Good
Good morning. So luckily I caught it before everybody went through, so hopefully we only lost the first row. But yeah, trial and error, guys. Trial and error. You're gonna waste some supplies. But think of what you can do. Oh, maybe it only got 2 stars out before. So maybe only 2 ghosts got messed up. That'd be awesome. We'll see shortly. Did you? Yeah, you need a work shirt. Yeah. Did you get all your tiles picked out?
I got breakfast there. I got lunch there. I got breakfast there.
Perfect. That'll be great. Give me just a second to pull these off. This one's too gross staring at it.
That's my goat.
Oh, that popped up.
Got 2 goats in it. Got
Are you the one over there getting my goat? What? Yeah.
goats.
Yeah. So we only lost 2. That's great. And 2 stars. That we can work with that.
And
We can work with that.
come on, there.
All right, go take your shirt to the other room, babe.
All right.
If we get to the playroom, put these to the side, and then we'll change your shirt and we'll do some paint.
Okay, one sit.
Thank you.
I don't sit.
Yeah, that is your work shirt. It's perfect. It'll be great for painting. All right, we will continue this when I locate the toaster oven and get it right in the house. My husband says there's one in the garage. So we're gonna be cooking these on smaller scale, because of course these sheets I had bought for the actual oven. We're gonna do a test run with the ones I already messed up, and funny enough, how I couldn't find the ones from last year that I messed up. They're right there. They're very dark and sad and curled. And as you can see, I forgot to, oh no, I did poke the holes through. Maybe I did poke the hole through. I wonder what I used to poke the hole through, because I was wondering what I was going to use to poke this hole through. They did curl a bit, even though I smashed them down immediately. Maybe I clipped these guys too long. They're super hard. These I didn't even attempt to do the backs because I was scared. But we're gonna do these crusty, dusty ones that I messed up on these smaller ones. I'm gonna cover this guy on parchment paper and then try to smash it down with the other one. It doesn't exactly fit, but some of these were flat and some not. So I've got to figure out how to poke holes in here before I harden it, and it won't work. I honestly have zero idea what I used last time, because like I said, it was sometime last year. All right, now I gotta go get all these out of the oven that my toddler did. And no, this oven is not on, y'all. It is not. And yes, we'll be talking about safety again after. Anyways, this won't be staying here where he can access it either. Also, I located my hole punch. I definitely need to get a smaller one. As you can see, that hole is not a great size, and there's not much. And that's still gonna get hard, but I want it to be a little thicker. Alright, I'm gonna clean this up from my little helper and go ahead and test this out. unless he comes back. Well, since someone took all the pieces out, I couldn't figure out how to get it back in, and I had already tried to shove stuff in and the door wouldn't shut. So this test batch might be ruined. I just stuck them back in. Alexa, stop. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep curling or not, but like I pulled them out within just a few seconds, but I don't know. It did say to put parchment on top to help keep them curling, but as you can see, they just popped off over it and decided they were gonna do what they want. Alright, I did try to mash them down with the tray, and I used the spatula just a bit. Right now we're in this situation just because I've got them flattened down, but I don't know if I need to keep not pressure. If I need to keep something on top of them while they cool, so they don't curl back up, since that was their tendency. Something I did notice is they're a lot darker after they shrink, which should have realized that from my little frogs. They're not near this dark beforehand, but you'll be able to see this. I think is the only test run I'm going to do today, because I need to get something to make a smaller hole in the ones that I would actually like to use. Check out this color change, y'all. Woo, she's dark. So dark. Get some better light. Ah! Look at these color changes. And look, here's the size difference. But yeah, definitely a lot darker. So keep that in mind with your files. I definitely prefer the original coloring to this little girl. So let's see. This is pretty solid, but I think I'm still going to go ahead and order an additional hole punch. So yeah, and these are my test prints. There you go. Good morning, my friends. So this cute earring project is becoming so much more. This is what happens when you try to do a project that you bought most of the stuff for last year, and then you realize you didn't buy everything. So yesterday my gloves came in and my 2 extra hole punches. But then when I got everything out, my resin, my resin thing, what is the thing called? What is the thing called? I'm not sure. The UV thing. Anyways, I realized I still need some protective gear. When I went back and rewatched the tutorial, I need a face mask. So I had to order that, and the face mask I found, I had to buy the cartridges separate, so I had to order that. And I feel like there was one more thing I had to order for this project to finish, but I forgot at the point. So still haven't completed them. We are waiting for the the mask to get here. I think it's supposed to be here by like 10 p.m. tonight, so probably won't be able to finish this until tomorrow. Stay tuned. See if it's gonna be a disaster. I don't know. It looks easy. The resin looks easy, but I feel like it's gonna be a mess. But maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they're going to be adorable. Alright guys, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully it shows up and Amazon doesn't tell me, hey, sorry about your luck, we'll eventually send it. Alright guys, let's see how this goes. I made it out to the garage without my microphone, but if I go back in the house, I'm sure the toddler is up. I just got this new tripod because mine was giving me a hard time, and I just spent 20 minutes trying to get the phone portion undone. So I'm a bit sweaty now, fun times. So I had to get a respirator mask. Didn't have that. I'm gonna put that together and get started, but let me figure out this tripod. The hardest part might be this new tripod. Alright. I don't know if I'm not graceful or if it's just small, but oh my gosh, it's still. I feel like if I put my hand in, it's gonna. I'm gonna do this one for 3 minutes and I'm gonna turn the camera off. So I'm not blinding though. Do I have so much mask on my face? I have thoughts. I'm not completely finished, but it's kind of a lot. And with a learning curve, I don't know if this would be something I would do regularly. Would I get better at it if I did it, you know, over and over? Yes, of course. But my face hurts, my back hurts. I would like to try it again with everything already set up. You know, I had the tripod issues. I had to figure everything out because it was the very first time I've done it. So that added extra. It's hot out here. It's spicy. Yeah, so I'm just gonna seal the backs and clean up my mess and take all this back in. I can't tell if they're sticky. Supposedly, you know, once they're not sticky, they're done. My hand, it's that it's hot. It's Texas. My hands are sticky from being in the gloves. I have some. Oh, that wasn't a bubble. But I didn't get it all the way over to the edge here. Let's see. That one looks like it has a little bubble that I missed. This one looks pretty much covered. Maybe I didn't get it all the way to the edge here. I can't for sure. Whoop. Can't 100% tell. It looks a little like uneven in, no, it's not all the way to the edge. Now it feels a little sticky that I'm keep mashing it with my hand. So I'm not sure. Supposedly you can let these dry in sunlight, so maybe I should have done that, but I'm hot and I want to go in. So I'm just going to flip them over, do a quick spray of clear coat, and carry in my mess. Some of these, as you can see, are not double-sided because I messed up on my print settings. Or no, well, one was messed up on my print settings, and once I turned my paper the wrong way in the cutting machine. So these are all 100% first timer beginner mistakes that you know, something you need to look out for when you're creating. Okay. Got that everywhere. Probably should have left the mask on. I'm outside in an open area, but whew, it's still very strong. Alright, I'll see you once these are dry and I've got the hardware put in. Alright, this is voiceover Cynthia here. Though I had my microphone and it chatted through the entire process of the rest of this video, my microphone for some reason got intercepted. Something happened and it recorded no sound. So we're just gonna do our best. Basically, I put the hardware on. I struggle through the hardware because it's tiny. I don't make jewelry that much anymore. And I don't have a magnifying lamp or extra lit areas to see all the tiny bits and bobbles. So if you decide to do this endeavor, the jump rings and the holes are most definitely tiny. When I went to put on the jump rings, I quickly realized that I had filled the lovely holes with resin. And so I was able to salvage two. Two ended up not having holes. The others, it could probably be drilled out with like a tiny Dremel tool or something like that. But yeah, that was definitely an oopsie. Probably should have made the holes bigger or been more careful with the placement of my resin. I had planned to do a set of earrings and a charm slash keychain, whatever you want to call it, and a pin for the store. Now, the glue that I got was the E600, and I later watched another video that said the E600 will not stay attached. That's all I had, and they are for just personal use. I was just playing and experimenting, so that's what we're rolling with. So we will see. This is where I realized that I only have 2 ghosts that are gonna work. So I'll put together the earrings, and before I do the second earring, I'll go ahead and put together the little charm. Then I'll swap him back out so I can actually have one pair of earrings. Well, like I said briefly earlier, this could probably be done with a Dremel, or I mean, you might even have something easier than that, but for the sake of time in the video, I was just trying to move things along. Well, let me know, would you guys try this? Does it seem like a lot? As we'll get to my thoughts here soon. Okie dokie, we have the finished earrings. And this little chatty Cathy has no idea. She is not actually talking to you, and I have no idea what past me was actually saying. But then that, woo, ta-da! Here we have some cute little shiny earrings. I don't know, maybe that was like, look, watch them dangle, and the only thing that moved was my head. But anyways, yay, earrings. Now let me present to you how I really feel. Yes, it was a lot. It was so much. Just don't look at my mouth right now, because once again, this is a voiceover. But ta-da, we have a cute little star, and it was a lot. It felt like this project took a very, very long time, which it did take several days, because we had to create the art, we had to make sure the art was set up correctly for a decent cut, we had to have all of the materials, and I feel like even though I thought I had most of the materials, but once again I started this project last year, I was sadly mistaken and had to buy materials a couple of times. Let me know if you guys want like a list of the materials that I actually end up using, and if you want to know how much I end up spending, because I feel like that ended up being quite a bit too. But on that note, this was more than enough to make, you know, earrings, bookmarks, charms, doodads, multiple times. And do I know how many I could get out of it? No. Do I know how many you could get out of it? No, because you also have to account for user error and trying to figure out the process. But I do have lots of supplies, and then if I never do this again, I have, you know, supplies for other things as well. So my thoughts after I finished the other day was, oh my gosh, this is a ridiculous amount of work for these earrings. I don't know if I would ever do that again, but I have had a couple of days to reflect, and I probably would give it another try, because we have to remember I was doing most of these things for the first time, which means it's going to be clunky and it's going to be all over the place. You know, I'd never used resin before. Well, I'd never used resin before that said like I needed to wear a mask and I'll do all this, chemicals, yada yada, go outside. So I was using a tripod I'd never used before. You know, I had never figured out printing on the back of my plastic, and of course then also making sure I was lining up to cut on the back the correct way as well. So there were several steps of new things, and I don't know about you, but I learned best by repeating something over and over. So I think I should definitely try it a few more times to see if it still feels so overwhelming, and and maybe get that, you know, I have a better idea now going into it and the setup process, because you know, we were on the iPad, we were on the computer, we were on the cutting machine, then we had to use oven, then we needed to go outside. So this is several steps, but it's like, would they be as overwhelming if I had maybe like an assembly line set up, or you know, just even the little oven and the resin station set up outside? Obviously the computer and printers are going to stay where they are, and that wasn't really such a mess. You know, after I figured it out, it was more like, okay, let's heat this, okay, we have to wait till later and get all these supplies set up. So I think that was more of a beginner thing that made it feel so like, oh my goodness gracious. But what do you think? Would you guys try it? Let me know down in the comments, or if, you know, you're just gonna watch my experience and be like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm curious to know your thoughts, or if you have some tips, if you've done this before and it was easy breezy for you. I'm not one of those people that, you know, watches something and learns it immediately. If you are, you know, this could be completely easy for you. But that is about it, guys. I'll go ahead and pop a couple of pictures of the finished products so you can see them a little better. And if you're just at the very beginning of your journey and just starting out, I do have a free guide to help you find your art style. I'll go ahead and list that in the description for you, and you know, you can grab that. And if you want to come hang out, stick around. I do post videos regularly. You can like and subscribe. It's free, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys, have a great day.